Trump came here, back at you with another video from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. And I saw this article on JapanToday.com, and it says Japan sees growing number of marriages for people aged around 30. Now, if you've been following me for a while, the age of women, especially in Japan, is very important. And there's a rise of people getting married in the age of 40s and 50. And the majority of these people getting married around that age are women. Facts. And the reason why that is because that's retirement age for a lot of women and a lot of guys as well. But the majority are women. And the majority of these women are getting married to foreigners because the majority of Japanese guys don't want anything to do with a 45 or 50-year-old woman in Japan. Now, there's always exceptions to the rule, but the majority of Japanese guys don't want anything to do with a woman that's in the 40s and 50s. And a lot of these women are very attractive. A lot of these women I know personally. For example, I know a 47-year-old woman that's fire. She's been working the same job for 28 years. And she has lots of money. And she's looking for a guy because she doesn't want to die and get old and end up lonely. And she's having challenges when it comes to dating in Japan because she's an older woman. But she likes younger guys. So that's the challenge. I mean, a younger guy is probably not going to really take her very seriously unless it's a booty call or just having a good time. An older guy, if he doesn't have any kids and he wants kids, it's another problem. Now, with Japanese guys, if he's 45 or 50 in his 50s, and if he's never been married and don't have kids, he's probably not interested. And then you have another sector of women that are probably getting married because they need some financial assistance. Facts. So I'm going to read some of this and I'm going to talk about it. Proving there is no age limit to marriage or romance, a growing number of Japanese people aged from their late 40s to early 50s are taking their first shot or second or later at tying the knot. Driven by a desire to have a romantic relationship regardless of age, many people who lived through Japan's asset-inflated bubble economy from the late 1980s to early 1990s want to enjoy the present moment. Increasing global economic uncertainties and are turning to marriage as the way to go. They're getting married for financial assistance, just like I said. At a time when the overall number of marriages is declining, a growth trend is seen among those in their 40s and up for both their first and second or later marriages, according to the National Institute of Population and Social Security Research. And it goes on to say, in 2015, 2,950 men aged between 50 and 54 tied the knot for the first time, up 4.7 times from the figure in the 1990s, while the number of women doing so doubled to 1,169, the Institute said. Men marrying for the second time in the same age bracket totaled 7,710, 1.6 times higher than the 1990 level. The figure for women also more than doubled to 6,222. Exactly. Just like I said, it's mostly women that are getting married. And it goes on to say, a 51-year-old man who holds a management level position at a major firm in the Kanto region, centering in Tokyo, said he got married when he was 49. It was the first marriage for both him and his wife, Keiko. And he said he was so busy with work during weekends that he had no time to meet women outside of work. Also, given his senior position, he was hesitant to seek potential marriage partners among women in his office until he realized he was hitting the age of 50. And that's another thing in Japan. People tend to work a lot, and they really don't have a lot of time to do anything else. Now, a lot of Japanese people claim that they work so hard. Every Japanese person I ever met claim they work so hard. They do work a lot. Now, when they get to work, what they do when they get there, that's another story for another video. But they claim they work so hard, but they claim they're so tired and don't really have time to do anything else. But I think that's bullshit, because if you really want to do something bad enough, you will find a way and make time and make it happen. It goes on to say his colleague invited him to register for a marriage firm. He first sought a young woman, but eventually hit it off with Keiko, who is now 51 as well. So she's 51. God damn. She's an older woman. And he goes on to say, abandoning his initial requirements for a marriage partner, he settled down with Keiko. She had initially wanted to balance work and family, but later quit her job to live with him. He now comes home early and mingles more with his neighbors. Having a child may be difficult for the couple, but that means he does not need to worry about added expenses in raising a child. The couple said they enjoy their respective hobbies, travel, and spending time together. For them, marriage came at just the right time. If we were young, we would have been pulling all our efforts into simply making a living. We are glad we are married at this age. But they don't have any kids together. And the woman, she quit her job and moving with him, so that tells me that she didn't really have much of a career, because if you know anything about Japanese people, they will work the same job forever and ever. You would be, to get rid of them, you have to fire them, or they would have to move somewhere. But this lady didn't move. She just quit her job and moving with him. So whatever type of job she was working, 9 times out of 10, she really didn't care about it, because she quit. And Japanese people, the average Japanese person, just don't quit a job like that, like we do here in America. It goes on to say, marriage consultation centers not only attract first-timers, but those who want to give it another shot once their children become independent. Men are mostly looking for a new life after retirement, while women are seeking financial support. Exactly. Most women are seeking financial support once they get older, because they're not in the dating scene like that, and they're not desired like that. So it doesn't really matter. They get with the guy that wants to be with them. And a lot of these guys are foreigners for the most part. And he goes on to say, a Tokyo-based center providing information about marriage sponsored a matchmaking event in Yokohama near the capital in May. Among the attendees was a 50-year-old woman who had divorced her husband 5 years ago due to his violence. At one point, I just did not want to be married anymore, but now I want someone with whom I can confide in, she said. Another participant, a 57-year-old man and a 3-time divorcee, said marriage is good, and added that he hopes to financially support his potential partner. A marketing writer draws attention to the fact that over 50s comprised the bubble generation who lived in an era of high economic growth. This generation grew up watching television drama about romance and thus have a strong mindset that romance is the most wonderful thing in the world. She said that people who experienced the bubble period believed that if they work hard, they should be rewarded, and also had unfounded confidence that even if times are hard now, things will get better. Noting that marriage has changed over the years, a psychiatrist said, it is no longer about giving one's life to another person, but rather being an emotional support to another or adding spice to one's life. Oh, okay. So it's not about really family anymore, or having kids and passing something down to the next generation. It's about emotional support, and it's just having a good time. Okay, I see. So this is a very interesting article, and it's on japantoday.com. I'll put the link below. You can check it out. But this is nothing new. This was going on in the 90s when I was in Japan. So I don't know why they felt the need to put it in the spotlight. So if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel. Check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com, and join my Players Club. And if you join my Players Club, you get my paperback book absolutely free. And you get a copy of my first book, an ebook copy called The Chicken's Guide to Having Women Beg for You, Sex, Lust, and Lies. Plus, you get a bonus video. Plus, you get to ask me unlimited questions. So you get all of that free when you join my Players Club today. So again, if you join my Players Club, you get a paperback copy of my book, my latest book, Love Can't Wait, and you get an ebook copy of A Chicken's Guide to Having Women Beg for You, Sex, Lust, and Lies. You get a free bonus video and unlimited questions immediately. You get access to everything immediately except for the paperback book that I'll be sending you in the mail. So if you got questions, I got answers. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.